shamanism. I've never even heard of shamanism. If you have, they won't have heard of Irish or English shamanism because apparently it's been completely wiped out.
You can't see me.
No.
Spiral tribe was a threat to the state. The government made the laws against the sound, but sorry, Maggie, it's too late. I saw the ghost of Margaret Thatcher, and I thought I heard her say, she said, big love to all the smiling people. You won't smile. Bring back that sweet sound. Great philosopher once wrote
A book about shamanism.
that sweet sound.
I've never heard of shamanism.
At the end of the day, it's night time. It's the worst that could happen. At the end of the day, it's night time. It's always the worst that could happen. This way,
Everybody arrested 24 outside the Montague Arms.
Well, that's an ode to Rob. You've gotten in touch today for the first time in a long time. 9 months maybe. And this is stuff that I wrote a year and a half ago or more, I don't know. Is there any dates? But I kind of wrote a whole book. But it's too far out there to publish, I would have thought. I'm going to publish it on YouTube. This might go over a lot of people's heads, or maybe it just makes no sense. It's a little bit about making no sense. It's a little bit about our senses misinforming us that the 3D world is all there is to see, or feel, or touch, or know. It's dedicated to Steve Reeves, that did all the artwork in the fairy tale for me a few years ago. To write a true story is a sacred act. A true story cannot be made up, for truth is received from truth in a sacred manner, because truth resonates only with truth. This book is being written to share because the story of the human world tells a history that does not resonate in truth. A story which is almost true is nonetheless false. To take even a tiny sentence of truth out of a story is to make the story untrue, that is to say, false. History is guilty of omitting the underside of oversight, of committing perjury before the jury, in fear of fury, of the perpetrators and instigators of fouling fair play. Historically, facts are based on fear. Magically speaking, stories are based on fairies' imaginations. A fact is untrue, a spit fragment of isolation, contrary to the flow of magical imagination. They say that the cradle of civilization was in Africa. The first writings were in Sumeria, and the Bible's stories were acted out in the Middle East. The written word petrified the stories and made them frozen, graven images for idol worshippers to believe in. The three major religions of Armageddon end times owe their origins to the Hebrew Old Testament. These are days of revelation. The veil of forgetfulness is shredding as time is collapsing into one moment, and space is expanding beyond infinity. There is one conclusion. Time and space only make up a childish form of construction, a primary belief in structure. Time and space melt away like sugar and ice in acid rain when the moment comes, when the God's body remembers God's will. Out, the Hebrew story. Man cannot learn to be more than what he is. A, B, C, D, E. When the data set of thoughts all finally fall away, all finally fully, equally, empty, upset, collapses in still silent meaninglessness. Christ is the insight of what we call God. When the apparent data set falls away, the revelation in Christ's mind truth never changed. We are all Christ in truth. I am one who says, I am Christ. And others may disagree with this statementality, but that is of no mind in truth. Theology is a Boolean gate. It is what it is, whether we understand or not. Overstanding the earthly plane, eye plus vision sees all as one in completeness theorem. Is the electricity in a personal computer separate from the source of power? Is any one molecule of H2O separate from water? Is any one breath of air separate from all air? Is this land separate from that land? Is this time separate from all time? Two eyes look through the one eye of a needle. One doesn't have two unless split. Split person mentality sees dualities. Does the child separate from its parents? Is the acorn separate to the oak? Is the world I see different to others' worlds? Can we agree to differ? yes and no. Can others interpret these words differently? Can we agree to grow together? Agriculture. Agriculture. I plus plants seeds of thoughts in all mind. I plus apostrophe S. It's an idea growing mature. I on a cross. String theory. It is. It's the space in between symbols. I positive. Apostrophe. S words. Snake. Naked revelations. My thoughts about the little I mean less and less. Coming apart of compartmentalization. Compartmentalization. The making of the world created infinite complexities. With the out-breath, let go of everything that you think, that you know, so that with each breath the mind returns to blank and spirit fulfills its light end meant. In the next in-breath, you non-exist. You, Y-O-U, Y-O-U, I-O-U, Y-O-U, a separate entity, a bloody body. Our, O-U-R, are you? The data set has fallen away. This solved the incomplete equation. Propose, guild, guide, dance, play, harmonic, purpose, meet, work, out, music, ally. In harmonic momentary scales, veils fall from faces. A note of singularity resonates, cascades of could-bes let loose. How much can each one affect the whole? Absolutely. All we have to do is gather our thoughts and search for the center ring of source. Code heave N, the company of heaven. Angle and Angle's land, land of the covenant, of milk and honey. What did the Druids know? Where they came from? Could the wise land's people's memories be deleted from the hard drive of tradition? Gaelic tradition, all music round fire, place in time less synchronization. On a magic toadstool drinking mushroom tea, poisons bring about cures, diseases. S words. Neolithic agriculture, mycelium, underground root networks, fireside storytelling memory capacity, terabytes, intelligence, information. Would you Adam and Eve it? Paradise, worth a wage earner, the curse of Adam and Eve for eating the apple in the Garden of Eden, the origin of sin, to weave worlds of words. Learn to earn the wages of sin, pay the price of living in skin. Suffer no more the pain of childbirth. Breathe in the experience. Love knows no boundaries. Separation is lonely, only one illusion. The masculine works out how to pay the fine, the feminine suffering separation of skin from skin. Stormy weather breaking up relationships, stormy seas making waves, watery graves. Store my memories, storms in a teacup. Hazy days, blustery showers, dry spells. Wet her, report, drizzle, dizzy spells. Storm gods, punish mentality, mirrors the Egyptian sun god Ra. Burning bushes demand sacrifices to feed fire. The Gaelic sun god Lu, shining Lu of the long arm, far-reaching visionary, eye with no pyramid. In sight of our luscious land, lavish lakes, lay within the lay of the land. Where did myth end when history began? Did the myth never end if history ever was? Considering the fact that his story never was. Proof the past never is. History is a lonely boast of victorious loser abusers. He came, he killed, he settled our debts, he hedged his bets against defendless fields. He dug his ditch about the Tower of Babel. He understood his only law: kill or be killed. The beginning of time has been long, long lost, veiled in shrouds of unconsciousness. Time began long before we learned to talk. The universe all spiral started nowhere, recycling itself in ever-decreasing intervals, intensifying complexities. Events transpire, uprisings as civilizations collapse and disintegrate, cross-pollination of nomadic tribal explorations. Each land present atmospheric climates for primates. The entire pantheon of gods and goddesses were born by interpretation of Neanderthals. Fermented by fears, deities were imagined as explanations for the moods of the weather. We at her, Mother Earth, Father Sky, pat her. Hear the earth, heart, heart, of initiation, of intuitive imagination. The end of time is now, not far in future. The beginning, if there ever was one, was long, long, long ago forgotten in past. The nature and structure of time is mycelium, underground root systems, popping up here and there and everywhere, inducing paranoia. Beyond knowledge is a trip into unknown time to come. There'll be loads of time left over in the end. There'll be loads of time left over in the end. There'll be loads of time left over, there'll be loads of time left over, there'll be loads of time left over in the end. Past-based projection makes fear of the future. The two ends of time looping round, the present, the image of the Ouroboros snaked the inner in excruciating past pain consumes the present, excreting the future, repercussions of fear, the snake eating its own tail, shedding skin. Which came first, the acorn or the oak? Think outside the box. Cuboid thought form. The answer is not either nor the other. The answer is in particle field theory. The nature of the universe is imaginary, dependent upon observer, perspective, pictures. A tree is an image held in focus of mind. Every object is projected within mind field. The whole material universe is holographic. In physical eyes, see what the mind projects. The outer manifestation of the inner reality. Anyone can choose to see oneself as invulnerable in any given one moment, beyond time, in space. See only one reality shining in the human race. Everyone one. In the end of time, there's no body left. No body left to confuse electrical currency. Right mind seeing clearly through the confusion. Paradox. What is beyond docks? There is no docks. Think outside the docks. Venus Transit 2012 looms larger in vision. The Venus Transit it is a script to be depicted. The shadow of Venus issues across the sun. What meaning, full message to be received. Cogs in the universe saw cogs work miracles, incubation of imagination of one whole soul. 144,000 monkeys meditating in peace. Tuned in to receive transmission broadcast. The theatrical timing of an absurd drama. The human family feared the worst. Outcome first. The bubble burst. A pimple. Simple economy of S-word. The human economy cannot afford such drastic cutbacks of the sword of the S-word. Economy of words. Words, swords. Swords, words. A smile makes a dimple. Learn love from the birds and the bees, and our joys may be simple. So simple. Wherever I turn, I see love, yet I face fear. Wherever I turn, I see love, yet I face fear. Wherever I turn, solutions may be found all around on the sacred ground. Our roots form the trunks of our trees. And our joys may be simple. A smile makes a dimple, a twinkle in a child's eye. Learn love from the birds and the bees. This love I now own. I am sacred. All my past depths have been cleared. Many explanations were never finished. Time moved on. Prophecy is a never-changing process. Are there prophets? Their work will be over. For our knowledge and our prophecy alike are partial, and the partial vanishes when wholeness comes. Be loved. The sons of Adam and daughters of Eve were the fairy folk. What destroyed the kingdom was not the people, who have the guilt of blame affliction. It was a specific attack and takeover by a species that were mostly mechanical, tyrannical saw us rex. The good people of the world, through ignorance, have been trying to live in peace with these mechanicalized, programmed, problematically weighted, mortal misery guts ever since. The fairies have survived, integrity intact. The time has come when the League of the Light decided that the lease has run out. Either follow in the way of the sun, or be removed by the light and be condensed by a process of alchemy, back to original form, whatever that may be, and the shadow released will bounce off the walls of the universe and create peace, and when this vibration hits the earth, will be 2012. But it will hit the entire universe. All will feel a sense of relief on that day. This is the plan. I am immune to them. I am a tank, first to meet and offer choice to them. I leave and my shadow finally cracks open and rebounds off the walls of the universe, and peace reigns over the universe, and the lights go on again. I stay, I open my heart, and I give up serving anyone but God and the earth, and I pay homage to the rightful law. I give up my greed, my anger, my gambling controls, and I give up my systems, because my systems are full of leaks, and my leaks cause acid erosions on my soul, and the souls of everyone. Madge Regal. Christ Complex Confusion Conscience.com. The lonely one conclusion solution. No thing will change except how I see. Nothing will change how I see. I on a cross. Nothing will change except the way I see it. Christ on the cross in manifestation, man-I-festation. See the whole fragmented world for what it is, an empty vessel making most noise. One is exogenesis in no sense. There is no one tree, there is only one tree. The universe, all tree. One fish, the universe, all fish. One soul, the universe, all soul. Soul, fish, trinity, infinity. There is only one light, vision. I maintain body of vision with soul intent, salvation of self. I am in every one. There is only one, obviously. I am anima, the spirit in everybody. There is no other. The only way to cure insanity is insight, is in light, end. Body of knowledge, body of light. Dissolves in completeness, Christ's graduation theorem. I am only lonely child of creation, half a God, half a circle. The evolutionary imperative was realized in the imagination of Christ on the cross. Paranirvana, source code, end sequence, consend consequence. Touch not the soil of this mortal coil, touch not the coil of this mortal soil. Whose mind is it anyway? Good God, bad devil. Who says? Who made up this language? Who gave it meaning? Swill I am shakes pig's ears. Our forefathers, Adam, Abraham, Mohammed and Solomon. Who says the burning bush is unbelievable fable? Empty your holy mind of manufactured factures. Facts you read. Manufacts you read. The facts you read belies belief. Let go this lie and feel relief. The referee has called time. Game over. The penultimate penalty of nirvana is to become faceless, to face less with death. Revision face fact. Devil lived half alive. Split personalities, live half circle. Research soulmates, become whole, attaining toward perfection. Whew, that's probably enough for anyone now. That's where I got as far as in this little book. No, I didn't see any of that. But anyway, here's a little live recording this evening, because I saved it. Right, sure, give us some feedback or something for that. I don't know what to think of that, but I like it and I wrote it and it's what it is.